Hi, thanks so much for joining today's episode of Cloud Every Day by the CTO Advisor. I'm Joe Peterson. I'm the Vice President of Cloud and Security for Clarify 360. I'm also the Chief Analyst at ClearTech Research. And today we're going to talk about Azure AD Privilege Management. So what is it? It's a service that Azure Active Directory within Active Directory that enables you to manage, control, and monitor access to important resources in your organization. These resources include resources in AD, in Azure, and other Microsoft online services such as 365 or Intune. Organizations want to minimize the number of people who have access to secure information or resources because that reduces the chance of a malicious actor getting access, an authorized user inadvertently impacting a sensitive resource. However, users still need to carry out privileged operations in Azure AD, Azure itself, Microsoft 365, or SaaS apps. So organizations can give users just-in-time privileged access to Azure and AD resources and can oversee what those users are doing with the privileged access. So what does it do? Well, privileged identity management provides time-based and approval-based role activation to mitigate the risks of excessive, unnecessary, or misused access permissions on resources that you care about. What are some of the key features of privileged identity management? First, provide just-in-time privileged access to Azure AD and Azure resources. Assign time-bound access to resources using start and end dates. Require approval to activate privileged roles. Enforce multi-factor authentication to activate any role. Use justification to understand why users activate. You can get notifications when privileged roles are activated. You can conduct access reviews to ensure that users still need those roles. You can download audit history for internal or external audit. And it also prevents the removal of the last active global administrator and privileged role administrator role assignments. So once you set up privileged identity management, you'll see tasks, manage, and activity options in the left navigation menu. As an administrator, you'll choose between options such as managing your AD roles, managing Azure resource roles, or PIM for groups. When you choose what you want to manage, you see the appropriate set of options for that particular job. So who can do what? For Azure AD roles and privileged identity management, only a user who is in the privileged role administrator or global administrator role can manage assignments for other administrators. Global administrators, global readers, and security readers also can view assignments for Azure AD roles and privileged identity management. For Azure resource roles and privileged identity management, only a subscription administrator, a resource owner, or a resource user access administrator can manage assignments for other administrators. Users who are privileged role administrators, security administrators, or security readers don't by default have access to view assignments to Azure resource roles in privileged identity management. So you can see it gets pretty granular. If you like my content, ring my bell on my profile, and you'll be the first to see my post. Follow me on Twitter at ClearTech Today. Follow me on YouTube at ClearTech Research, or if you need security or cybersecurity sourcing assistance, Clarify 360 has you covered. Thanks for joining.